Bellhaven Brewery Scottish Ale. Since 1719. Original Scottish craft. First made in 1719 from Dunbar, Scotland. Bellhaven Brewery Scottish Ale. 5.2% alcohol by volume, rich, nutty, and smooth. Signature Scottish Ale is the beer we brewed the longest and is our best-selling bottle worldwide. We brew it from 100% Scottish optic and crystal barley malts for a nutty and biscuit character, balanced with a subtle spiciness from Challenger and Goldings hops for an all-around satisfying beer.
Welcome to the Tapping Out Show. My name is Jeremy.
This is Matt.
And we're going to do a Scotch Ale from the Bellhaven Brewery from Scotland. Scotch ales is an interesting taste because it's an ale, but it almost has a sweet and yet tart taste to it with a little hit of caramel, and it's usually a higher alcohol, which this one isn't. I think this was in the fives. But it's one of those things that, like...
Well, this is a real Scotch ale from Scotland, so most of the Scotch ales that we have are made in America or mostly
UK.
California. But or in America, so this is actually a Scotch ale from Scotland. So they're probably normally lower alcohol, but we like to as Americans we like to beef things up a little bit.
Regardless of that, it's a real Scotch ale from Scotland.
Definitely interested in giving this a try here. You can definitely see the color in it because normally we don't get to see our malts or Scottish ales or anything until we're pouring them. And it even says on the bottle not to expose it to light because it's a clear,
which is funny,
old school bottle because nowadays they do darker bottles because they learn from light exposure and everything else.
Shortchanged it a little bit. All right, so for a Scotch ale, I have to say this is pretty clear, which is funny because a lot of the beers we've been trying from the UK are very clear. They're very filtered. They're very clean. They usually have a pretty good...
I really like the smell to it.
I can't smell, but...
It's got a...
It's almost kind of a...
skunky.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can smell the skunk to it.
Yeah. But not like a Heineken skunkiness.
No. I'm going to say that, that has a lot to do with the bottle, too, and why they tell you not to expose it to light. Because it does change and give a skunky taste. I can kind of smell the malt. I wish I wasn't so stuffed up.
It just has a good smell to it. Just sweet.
Yet bitter, yet...
Yeah. Just smells good. I mean, it's hard to say fresh because, this thing probably came in a boat.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But it has a good smell, and we've been trying to expose ourselves to other beers other than our local
craft. Hey, drink locally, by the way. Support those companies,
which we already do. But for the show, we try to expand our horizons a little bit, and this definitely doesn't smell like a beer that I've smelled ever.
Right.
Which is kind of good because I don't think I've had a real Scottish ale from Scotland. I've had a lot of Scotch ales. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
It's good stuff. I can definitely see why they've been making this beer for over 300 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is like, an original craft beer.
Before it was the thing.
Yeah, I mean, for hundreds of years. Just like some businesses used to be and everything handed down generation to generation. Do a lot of liquors and wines and things. But a lot of times, to mass produce something, you have to turn it almost into a corporation at some point. So it's good to see that certain things cannot do that
or withstand the test of time. So I'm going to say off the bat, I mean, it has a Scotch ale taste. It's got the sweet, it's got the bitter, it's got the roasted malt taste. It's got almost kind of like a toasted, maybe even a toasted malt. You can tell it's cleaner. You can tell it's made with just better ingredients. It's got so much flavor. It's a layered flavor, but it's not overpowering. It's just a hint of this, that, and this. You know what I mean? It's almost like a trail. Your aftertaste isn't skunky. Your aftertaste doesn't taste like it's like he said, a bottle that's in a clear bottle that's been sitting in a boat for 6 months. So this is killer. I really like it.
Yeah, I would definitely say this is an amazing beer. We like Scottish ales. We've had a few. There was one I had one time that I was trying to find in a bottle for a while. We found out that you can't get it anymore. This to me is probably what a lot of them are chasing.
Yeah.
If this is the real deal. Definitely, probably my favorite Scottish ale now. And you really can't say anything bad about it. I mean,
No.
this is definitely a beer that should get more exposure. More people should know about this and be drinking this. And price point wise, I think this bottle cost me $3. So, as you know, even some local beers could cost you more than that for that, that kind of thing. So for imported beer, sometimes you spend more, for that. Definitely a good price point. Good to try. Easy to drink. Low alcohol. Just amazing flavor.
Yeah.
Just so for how. Normally, me and Jeremy don't like light alcohol beers as much because they don't have as much flavor in them, and it's amazing beer. I mean, I'm giving it 5 out of 5.
See, I was
hands
debating.
down. I couldn't even think of anything less. And a lot of it has to do with the price point, drinkability,
import.
I mean, the only thing you can make this beer better is make it taste as good and make it 10% alcohol, right? I mean, which is probably impossible. But I mean, it's malty. That's that malty taste that we like. That sweet taste is not too much. It's
a
clear.
malt sweet, not a malt bitter. It's not. It's roasted, but not heavy. It's not a coffee. It's not a You know what? And that's the thing too, is that when you go for the Scotch ale taste, and I'll say it again, this is what I think of when I think of Scotch ale. Someone goes, "Do you like Scotch ales?" This is the taste I'm talking about, and give it up to them. I mean, they've been doing it for a long enough time that they have literally mastered their craft.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, and I'm not going to fight him on the rating. It's 5 out of 5. It's a good beer. You know what? I don't know what else to say. We're going to finish these out. So hit us up. info@tappingoutshow.com is our email, and our social media is all one word, Tapping Out Show. Cheers.
Cheers.